In the early hours of May 3, 2022, prison officials at the Mangong prison in South Africa were notified of a suspicious fire which broke out in cell 35. This was a solitary cell meant for extreme cases only, and was often left unoccupied due to the odd positioning of the cell, which was basically hidden from view due to a blind spot in the CCTV network. On this day, however, as fate would have it, the cell was occupied by a notorious prisoner, Thabo, who was more commonly known as the Facebook rapist. He was serving a life sentence for a string of heinous crimes, including murder, rape, and armed robbery. When prison officials eventually reacted to the fire that broke out, they recovered the remains of an unknown person believed to be Bester. He was laying under the mattress of his bed, and he was burnt beyond recognition. His death was originally ruled a suicide, and to be honest, many people rejoiced because they believed that justice had finally been served, as Bester wouldn't be able to hurt another person again. The supposed end of Bester's reign of terror brought a fleeting sense of peace to those who'd been affected by his actions. However, just 10 months later, a user on social media uncovered something so shocking and disturbing that it shattered any remnants of solace. As she mindlessly scrolled through social media, a user stumbled upon a seemingly ordinary photo. It depicted South African influencer and celebrity doctor Nandipha Magudumana shopping at the Sandton complex. The photo was taken by an admiring fan who couldn't resist capturing their favorite influencer in the moment. At first it seemed like nothing out of the ordinary, but as the user gazed deeper into the image, a realization struck them. The man shopping alongside the doctor bore an uncanny resemblance to the notorious Bester. Despite a change in hairstyle and the use of sunglasses, a childhood friend of Bester's would later say that he was convinced that the man in the photo was indeed that of the Facebook rapist. The photo spread across social media platforms at lightning speed, igniting a firestorm of opinions and debates. Some argued that the man in the photo was undoubtedly Bester, while others vehemently disagreed. And while opinions were certainly divided, one thing that everyone could agree on was that it was impossible for it to actually be him, as Thabo died in the prison fire in May 2022. But as the debate raged on, cracks in the official story began to surface, and suddenly, nothing was certain anymore. The prison mugshot of Bester showed him towering at 5.6 feet, yet a leaked autopsy report claimed that the body recovered was that of an adult male standing at a mere 4.6 feet. The report also stated that the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, with no signs of smoke inhalation, leading to the conclusion that the person was already dead before the fire even started. The story was becoming more and more like a Hollywood thriller, where truth was stranger than fiction. The inconsistencies were eventually too great to ignore, and the public was left with more questions than answers. Had Bester really perished in the fire, or had he managed to escape? How had he broken out of one of South Africa's most secure prisons? And the most haunting question of all, who was the person found burnt beyond recognition in the cell? The public's demand for answers grew stronger, and it wasn't long before prison officials were forced to respond.
The Department of Correctional Services has concluded that the body found in a Mangaung cell is not that of so-called Facebook rapist Thabo Bester. It says Bester escaped from custody in May last year. The department says there will be serious consequences for those found to have been involved in this escape.